Okay, hello and good morning everyone. Welcome to JFD Brokers Traders Espresso with me, Darius Luchauskas. Today is the 16th of October 2018. So welcome everyone. Welcome to this Tuesday's morning session where we're going to have a look at a few instruments I believe are quite important right now. But as always, before we do that, let's quickly have a read through our risk disclaimer. So the content we produce does not constitute investment advice or investment recommendation, should not be considered as such, and does not in any way constitute an invitation to acquire any financial instrument or product. As always, a few seconds for you to read the rest and we can continue. Okay, now then, let's not waste any more of our time and let's jump into the charts. Now, the first one I want to touch on is the DAX. Now, the German index here yesterday had a nice recovery and pushed away from this support line here that I had marked at around 11,480 zone. So, yep, pushed away from that. Certainly, the low of the day was near the 11,460. So, it had a nice push from that level. Of course, now judging by this, I mean, we could see potential continuation here to the upside, at least for a little bit, at least towards this area right here, this resistance level at around 11,725 mark. Now, this was the low that we saw here on the 26th of March. So potentially we could end up moving higher here, testing this this area here. Of course, if that doesn't hold, well, we do have a slightly better area of potential resistance, which is around this level right here, and around that's around 11,865 zone. So certainly keep your eyes. You could potentially keep your eyes on that one if we get a break here above the 11,725. Now, certainly for the upside here, I mean, this is also if we would get a nice close above this level, above the 11,865. Now, this is where probably we could potentially be looking at higher levels, but to be more on the safe side, I would say keep your eyes on this next area of potential resistance at around 11,980 zone. So this could potentially be the kind of barrier which, if broken, could open the path towards higher levels again. But for now, of course, because the sentiment is still more to the downside, and until we see those breaks, we're probably still going to stick to the downside and aim for lower levels. So for now, just let me put a narrow here. For now, of course, keep your eyes on this potential area of resistance first, at around 11,725. If it holds, then we could see another slide here lower, but if it doesn't hold, then, well, we could continue dropping, we actually continue rising here, sorry, from which where the bears could then pick up the higher price at a later stage and kind of take advantage of that higher price and maybe push down the index again. So for now, certainly for now, for today, keep your eyes on that one. If suddenly this reverses back down straight away, keep your eyes on this level, the 11,480, or even actually let's adjust this level here and keep an eye on the yesterday's low. A nice good break below the 11,460 could potentially open the path towards much lower levels. So for now, of course, be very careful here and keep your eyes on these two levels. Let's jump into one commodity, and that's Brent. Now, Brent, I was covering this one last week. I was telling you guys to kind of keep an eye on this area here. As you can see, it acted as a very nice area of resistance to get the 84.95 together with the 85.40. So basically this area held the price from moving higher, and from which we can see that we had a nice decline here, eventually breaking this short-term upside support line taken from the 16th of August. And of course, now we're stuck here. To be honest, this is more of a bearish formation right now that we're seeing here on the daily chart. So at the moment, we're still gonna aim for lower levels, at least for a little bit, at least for the short term, because we do have a nice upside support line here that has been running since around the 21st of June 2017. So eventually we could end up testing that line, and from which kind of maybe the bulls could pick up again and push this this commodity back up again. So, but of course, let's not over speculate here too much. For now, keep your eyes on this level here, this resistance level at around 81.25. As you can see, it kind of continues to hold, even though we had a few overshoots here, but still kind of the price keeps closing below this. So for now, for today especially, like I said, also keep an eye on that one. Even if, let's say, we're going to get a break here and we'll move higher, still we do have this short-term upside support line that got broken. So but this time it could potentially act as a nice area of resistance, which kind of where the bears could pick up again and potentially drive this one back down here. So for now, of course, keep your eyes on that one. For us to get bullish on this one, well, we would need to get a let me just adjust this quickly. We would need to get a nice good break here above this level right here, above this area that acted as a strong resistance on the 10th and the 11th, sorry, the 10th and the 9th of October. So basically, in a way, to be on more safe side and wait until we get a nice break above the 85.40, and this way we could then aim for higher levels. So for now, of course, like I said, guys, keep your eyes on that one. Let's see how it plays out. Like, just bear with me one moment. I think I'm losing my internet connection here, guys, again. Okay. I hope you can hear me, guys, okay, because like I said, I think my internet is jumping around here again. So but anyway, let's continue. So another crypto that I want to look at is Ethereum. Now, looking at this daily chart, as you can see, yesterday we had this nice spike to the upside, where we managed to kind of reach the 242 zone. Certainly our level that we're keeping an eye on here on the upside is still the 250 zone. So the psychological 250, if that gets broken, then this is where it could become more interesting for the bulls from the near term, because we could then start aiming for, of course, the 300 level, or slightly above that. We do have the 322 zone marked by the highs that we saw around the mid-August. So certainly for now, keep your eyes on this one. At the moment, as you can see, it kind of continues to trade within this little range here that we've got between the 250 zone. Let me just quickly highlight this. There we go. And of course, between below, well, slightly above this this level right here, and that's around the 192 zone. So these two areas, basically these two lines, kind of going to be our indicators in a way for the short term, because if we get a nice break above this 250, that's wonderful for the bulls. We could see maybe further acceleration to the upside here. But if this crypto gets down again here and breaks the 192 zone, and then we could probably aim for the for a possible test of the 167 area, which acted as a nice area of support here on the 12th of September. So for now, keep your eyes on that one. Let's see how that plays out. Jumping into a few currency pairs now. This one I really wanted to quickly show you guys, and that's euro against the Japanese yen. So let me just actually put a 4-hour chart on this one. So as you can see, we're still within this kind of falling channel here, falling channel formation, and this is where we're going to keep an eye on for now. Now, certainly, as you can see, the pair now recently in the past few days was struggling to overcome this barrier right here at around 129.20 zone. So it continues to act as a very nice area of support. Certainly, we're now currently testing this upper bound of the falling channel, and if this continues, and to be honest, if we get a break here above this level, then well, this could potentially open up the path for higher levels. Certainly, if from the very short-term perspective, for those short-term traders, you could eventually start looking at this level right here at around 129.85. Now, a nice good break above that could open the path towards these higher levels here again, higher levels like 130.70 mark approximately there, or just slightly above that. We do have the 130.85 as well. Some good areas of resistance, but again, for now, of course, this is just an idea for now, because for this upside, for us to see this upside, we would need to get a nice good break above the upper bound of the channel here, and of course a nice good break here above the 129.85. This is in regards to the short term, from the short term perspective here. So I mean, a nice good break here could potentially open up the path towards higher levels, but for now, just keep on monitoring this one, because we're still kind of within this falling channel, so anything can happen. And let's say for us to kind of start looking at the downside here, we're going to be very cautious, and we're just going to probably take a more conservative approach here and wait until we get a move towards the 129.20. If we'll start seeing that this is not holding, then well, this could potentially break and open up the path towards the 128.75 zone. So approximately there could be a nice potential area to watch, potential area of support. So keep your eyes on that one, and of course, if that doesn't hold, if the 128.75 doesn't hold, well, we could continue dropping further. But again, I will probably repeat myself for now, guys. Keep your eyes on this upper bound of the falling channel, and of course, keep your eyes on this level right here, the 129.85. If we get a nice break above this, that's wonderful for the bulls. Jumping into USDCAD quickly until I run out of time, and looking at the daily chart on this one, we can see that yep, we had a nice break here through this downside resistance line, the short-term downside resistance line. It has been running since the 6th of September, and we kind of rebounded from it on well, actually yesterday, as you can see. But this is still in play. We're still going to keep an eye on it, because if this momentum here, this short-term momentum to the downside continues, then we could see another possible test of this downside resistance line from above, of course. But if it starts to break, now this is what you can keep an eye on, guys, and this is the 129.45 zone approximately there. You can see it also coincides here with the 200 EMA here on the daily chart. Now if we get a break here below, and we break this 129.45 zone approximately there, of course, as well, then well, this could start looking at well, this could start looking bad for the pair, and we could maybe aim for the next potential area of support here at around 1.2885 or even lower. For us to get comfortable with the upside, as you can see here by the highlighted area, so we're going to keep an eye on this 1.3045, maybe even slightly above that. Let me just kind of to be more on the safe side here. So keep your eyes on the 130.50, guys. So this is going to be the gateway, the potential gateway, of course, if that gets broken, the gateway towards higher levels, where we could then aim for the 131.10 or even higher. So for now, keep on watching this one, keep on monitoring it, and let's see which way actually this goes today. And the last pair that I really wanted to quickly touch on, and I was talking about this one yesterday in my Traders Tea Time, and I was talking about this potential head and shoulders, inverse head and shoulders formation that we're seeing here on the 4-hour chart. And yesterday I was talking about to kind of wait until we get a break of this neckline and then react to it. So for right now, as you can see, well, yesterday, as you can see, or actually this morning, we had a nice yesterday actually we got a nice push here to the upside. We managed to break this level here, the 73.40, which opened the path towards higher levels. Now of course, as you can see, we're getting a bit of a slide down here right now. The bears are taking control of this pair, but don't get spooked yet, because we could see a slide lower here, a test of the 73.40, from which it could reverse and push higher. Of course, you could then potentially take advantage of that lower rate and go long here, but again, this is just an idea, guys, for now. We could potentially see maybe a break here below as well, so that's why, if you want to be more on the conservative side, on the safe side, you could in a way wait until this this pair gets towards the 73.70 zone and start breaking down, and then we could aim for higher levels, and where we could then aim initially towards the 74 zone. So something like this could be possible, of course. If this gets broken here, if the 73.40 gets broken, and actually the pair stays below this level, now this is where we'll probably scrap the head and inverse head and shoulders idea for now, and kind of just probably could eventually see some further declines here, maybe going back all the way here towards the 72.75. But for now, of course, it doesn't seem to be the case. It seems that it could potentially move higher a little bit more. So also, just to quickly point out something, it's a bit of a tentative one, but nevertheless something to keep an eye on. This is probably the third scenario that could play out here, which is probably I wouldn't like to see that scenario, but nevertheless we should probably keep in mind that we could see maybe a drop here below this, and then a test of this short-term upside support line taken from the lows of the 10th of October, and we could maybe see then a rebound from here and a push higher. So for now, of course, be very careful with this one. It's a very interesting pair, and we could see some interesting developments later on in NZDJPY. Okay, guys, I'll have to wrap it up here. Thank you very much for watching and listening, and I hope you found it useful, and I hope you have a fantastic day. And if you want to join me later on at my Traders Tea Time, and that's 13:15 GMT, 14:15 British Summer Time. Thank you very much, and bye-bye.